Hey everybody, welcome back to Blood Feather Productions, and today we're going to be talking about Season 1 of Invincible. You know, it's very popular, and personally, I've been on Invincible for a while. I mean, not since it came out, but a couple months back, around the time the second season of The Boys was ending, I was really into The Boys. I really enjoyed that show, and then I was looking for more superhero gore, and someone I follow on Twitter was reading Invincible, live tweeting it, and it got me into it. And when I started reading that comic, I really couldn't put it down. But I'm not here to review the comic. I'm here to review the show on Amazon Prime. So spoilers ahead. If you haven't, you really can't talk about this show without spoiling it past the first episode. So spoilers ahead. Now onto the show. All right, now Invincible is a show that loves to subvert expectations, and I feel like the show really delivers on that. I feel like some shows really fail at that at times, but this is not one of those shows. From the very beginning of that feel-good high school energy that you get at the beginning of the episode to the ending where Omni-Man is decimating the Guardians of the Globe. But again, I'm getting ahead of myself. The show Invincible is focused around Mark Grayson and his journey of becoming a superhero, learning his place in the bigger picture. Now, I'm going to get my critiques out of the way first because honestly, there aren't that many. I really didn't like how they changed some events around. There were some things that happened sooner rather than later, and it messes up some people's character, like Amber. She suffers from this the most. In the comic, Amber doesn't really figure out who Mark is on her own until like right before he ends up telling her, not weeks in advance how it is in the show. And that first encounter he had with the cyborg people, she was not around for that. So it changes some things, but it still works. And I feel like they're taking all the right steps, but I just didn't like how they changed some things, and I wish they would have stayed faithful to the comic. But I did like how they boosted people like the Mahler twins and moved the robot story up a little bit, because where it happens later in the comic, it's kind of really background and I don't really care about it as much. Putting it right here in season 1 and letting it be a journey a lot of people can care about, I think definitely works a lot better in that instance. But like I said, in other instances, I don't think it works that way. And honestly, if I'm being completely honest, they kind of made Omni-Man weaker. He was way stronger and way more deadly in the comics. Like when he fought the Guardians of the Globe, he ended them. There was no fight. They all just died fast and swiftly before they even knew what happened. And just to get this out the way, I'm going to address the way the fandom is having the reaction to Amber. I don't have this vitriol hatred towards her, but honestly, because of the way they reshuffled the events, I feel like Amber is being extremely unreasonable to realize her boyfriend is a superhero weeks in advance, not want to tell him that she figured it out, want to be mad that he kept lying to her while he's getting his ass beat. It's not like Mark was easily saving lives. He was taking the hardest ass whoopings we've ever seen on screen. It was bad. And then she only wanted to care when he got a very public ass whooping from his dad. It just doesn't really fit, and it kind of ruins her character a little bit for me. She's being extremely selfish and unreasonable. But other than that, I mean, I don't care that they changed her and made her black or anything like that. That doesn't really bother me or anything. I think it's a welcome change. And other than that, the Amber thing, I think some people take it way too far, writing paragraphs on paragraphs, and I think that's a lot because at the end of the day, she's just a fucking cartoon character. Like, it's not that deep. But now with those things that are my critiques are out the way, we can get to what I loved, which was pretty much everything. The gore, the animation, the music, everything. I loved it all. The storyline, where it went, the reveals, even though I knew what was happening, I was hooked and sitting for all 40 minutes every week. I couldn't wait. I was looking so forward to that ending where Mark, I knew he was going to take an ass whooping, but I wanted him to still fight back, even though it was going to be a hard L. We all knew he wasn't beating his dad. The whole episode 7 was so well crafted to show how powerful, just how much of a difference there is between Omni-Man and Invincible. And even down to the side stories, which I've heard some people say that they didn't really care that much. I liked the inclusion of the Mahler twins, and like I said, I liked that they made Robot's plan happen earlier than they did in the comics. I really like all the side stories. no, they're not as impressive as what's going on with Omni-Man, but they're not supposed to be. And they're a really good background story. All this together to me makes season 1 of Invincible damn near perfect. Like, it has so much going for it. If you're watching this review and you haven't seen it and ignored the spoilers, go watch it. I don't know why you haven't gone and watched it. It's the hottest thing ever right now on the internet. Go watch it. This is a really good show. Last thing I want to say about Invincible is that I've heard some people complain about the played out love triangle story with Eve, Amber, and Mark, and I've heard some people compare it to CW writing, and I'm not disagreeing that it's CW writing, but my problem with CW writing usually is that it feels very high school, but I'm dealing with adult characters like in shows like Flash and Arrow and even DC Legends. But I feel like people forget Mark is a high schooler, so is Eve, so is Amber. So to me, it works. They're high schoolers. They're doing high school shit because they're high schoolers. That's what the show's about. So I disagree, and I don't think it overstays its welcome. No, it's not the most important thing, and it doesn't stay too long. And the parts it is around for, I'm like, it was good. And I think that's everything. If you haven't seen Invincible, go watch. That's the last thing I'm going to say about it. I'm really excited. It's already been greenlit for a second and third season, and I'm currently rereading the comic to refresh myself. And man, let me just tell y'all, it is gonna be crazy. I can't wait to watch it and probably review it again here on this channel. I'll catch you guys on the next one.